Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. If you watch Knife Detector, you've probably already seen this knife. It's the Salvation Elephant Toe pocket knife. He was showing this knife off around Christmas time, and quite frankly, I had just purchased it before I saw the video from him. In any case, as you can see here, I've got two of them, and I don't have two of them because I like it more than Knife Detector liked it. I've got two of them because the first one I got, which is here, had some issues with it. And before Knife Detector even got on the channel talking about this knife, I had contacted the seller. Basically, as soon as this knife showed up, I opened it up and did this, and it's like, oh, you know, I've got a special knife. I've got one that has some added features known as blade wobble, and not just any blade wobble, but some significant blade wobble, both vertical and horizontal. And so I did what you do every time something like that happens, and that is you go and put the knife down in disgust. You rant and rave, and you write this nasty note that you're going to send to the seller, and then if you're smart, you take a deep breath, get rid of that note, and send a nice note to the seller and say something like, "Hi, I just got this knife from you. It has significant blade wobble, more than what I think is acceptable for a knife of this price. How can we resolve this issue?" And that's what I did. And then a couple hours later, the eBay seller got back to me very graciously and said, "Hi, I'm sorry you have a problem with the knife. All you need to do is fill out the eBay return paperwork, and I will and send the knife back, and it's free to send it back because of the eBay policy, and then he'll reimburse the money when the knife shows up." And it's like, okay, that's good. You know, it was very quick. He was very quick. You know, all I had to do is fill out the return stuff on eBay, and I've done that before. It takes no time at all. And then you get this little thing printed out, slap it on a box, and send it back. And it does cost you nothing to do that. So, you know, and that's really the best thing to do when you buy something that's bad. Send it back to the seller and get your money back. And on eBay, the seller pays for the shipping back. So that's pretty cool. But then I followed up that note with a note from the seller saying, "I really don't want my money back. I really just want a different knife. Is there a way to exchange this without me waiting for the money to come back and then rebuying the knife, because I'm worried that it might go out of stock?" And I thought, I will probably get a note back saying, "Sorry, but this is what you need to do." But instead, what I got was a note back saying, "Do not fill out the return paperwork. I will send you another knife in exchange, and just keep both knives." Now, let me tell you right now, this was not a $15 or $20 knife. This knife was around $35 from him. So I was not really expecting him to say that, but true to his word, he sent the tracking information, and a second knife showed up about 2 days later after the last email that I received from him. And so now what I have is this knife with the bad blade, and a second knife from the same seller, and I will put the contact information for the seller in the description below. And the new knife does not have that problem. The blade, the main blade, is actually tight. Yes, I can move it, but you can move any blade if you push hard enough. And this one really, when you open it up, it snaps into place. It's got a 6 or 7 pull on it. It does lock, and there is absolutely no wobble in it. Now, I don't know if he hand-picked this one. I'm assuming that he probably at least opened the box and checked it out. And the secondary blade, same thing, really nice and tight, no movement in it, and very tight. Blade still in here, I have no idea. I didn't buy it for the blade still. I bought it for the looks. And the overall build of this knife is really quite good. Now, this is your typical sunfish, so it comes in, as you can tell, right at 4 inches, maybe 4 1/8 inches, which is common in the sunfish family. But what I bought it for, obviously, is the same reason that Knife Detector bought it for, and that is these wonderful black horn handles, which are about as solid black as you can get. I thought at first that this might be plastic, but according to everything I've read, it's horn. In any case, it looks really good. You've got a wonderful nickel silver shield here that does have a little bit of a brass tone to it, of a Latin cross. You got the typical 5 brass pins, and they are all smooth with the handle, front and back. And then you got the nickel silver bolsters, and the transition from bolster to bone or bolster to horn is very clean. And no serious gappage on the back here. You see the brass liner. Both springs are against each other there. And then you got the blades with the blade edge here. As you can see, you've got Christ on the cross. I will definitely take a picture of that and inset it so you can see it better. We can get that turned somehow. But you can see it more or less. Christ on the cross with one person at the bottom. And then on this secondary blade, the secondary pin blade, you have Psalm 18:2. The Lord is my rock, my protection, and my Savior. And, well, you know, it's just a well-made, solid knife. I think this would be a nice knife for anyone, you know, any Christian who's into pocket knives. So that's probably why Knife Detector and I both went after the knife. And also anyone who's just into sunfish, because it's a really pretty decent sunfish. And basically, even though the first one I had some issues with it, as you can tell, it came from a trusted seller on eBay. Because even if I would have got the knife and said, no, I don't really like this knife, it has some issues, he would have taken it back. He would have accepted a return, and he would have been paying for the return. As it is, now I have 2 of them, and one of them will go into the collection, which is the one that has the blade that is not messed up, will go into the collection and might be carried occasionally on like a Sunday or something, or some other kind of special occasion. And this one, well, it'll either go into my giveaway box so that somebody else can enjoy the knife with the rattly blade that still cuts fine, or I might just decide to use it for a while and maybe try doing the old thing of pounding on the end of the bolster to tighten up the blade, something like that, see how that works. I don't know. Eventually, I do assume that the second knife will go to somebody else. I will not keep both of them, but I might enjoy carrying this one for a little bit. In any case, thought I'd share that with you a little bit. I will go ahead and take a few slides, pictures of this knife, and I guess I'll talk to you soon. let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.